Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to everybody's favorite fantasy football podcast. It is the hashtag I'm with Bozo Fantasy League. This is the second week. I am your host. My name is Grant, or it's your boy G. We're coming at you live from the Circus tent again. We have a familiar friend and foe in the hot seat tonight. I am accompanied by none other than Mr. Downed Wire, Duncan Mcrae. Duncan, how we doing today, brother?
Doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me back on this incredible podcast
Oh
and
yeah.
now video show. Like, holy
Oh
smokes! Look at what fantasy team has this, guys? What fantasy team has this? We're crazy over here.
oh
Thank
yeah.
you so much for putting this together, Grant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have my heart. But yeah, man, things are good. Life is
Yeah.
life is good.
That's right. We'll lead right into it. I was gonna say, how are Allie and the kids doing? I know just checking in on the business a little earlier, making sure everything's still going all right. Everything sounds like it's going good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Work's never a problem. The only problem is there's too much, and
Good problem to
that's
have.
it's a good problem to have, right? And but
Definitely.
yeah, the my clients love me, and
That's all that matters.
stuff's going just fine. So
Good. Good to
on
hear.
that front, yeah, and then on the fam side, Will, he's like,
Yeah.
he's stable. He's like doing his stuff. He's back in school now,
Nice.
and it's
Love to hear
funny
that.
because yeah, his teacher looks like Demi Lovato before she went nuts. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
she's hot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
PGA
and
competition. Hey, don't mind if we do.
yeah. I used to take him to school a lot back when he had her the last time around. So now he has her again, and he's like so happy to go to school now.
Oh
So
yeah, I mean, I
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
Good, good. That's good to
Yep.
hear.
And then the girls are good. So they were both I think last time we had checked in, they were living on Sanibel
Yeah, I was
Island.
gonna say they were down there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then but the hurricane came in and just totally destroyed the island. And then the
Damn.
restaurant ended up that they were working, my ex's restaurant ended up shutting down. And
Damn.
so anyhow, the younger of the two, the one ride dogs on he's a fucking red dot on your computer for um uh that one's in Texas now, which sucks. And actually she just got COVID, so that
Oh
sucks
shit.
too.
Yeah.
I guess they're having like a big COVID thing in the Dallas area right
I mean,
now.
I actually saw some in Michigan that as of 2 weeks ago, there was a 16% uptick in
Yeah,
patients
yeah.
with
So
COVID.
shit,
So
we're gonna live with this shit forever, man.
around 16,000 coming at you.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever. It's like at this point, man, maybe I'll die and I don't have to deal with any of this shit no more. But
Yeah, eventually it'll happen.
yeah, yeah. But hey, me before all you other fuckers, that's for sure. But anyhow,
We'll see.
but then yeah, my other daughter, she's working at Top Golf. So if any of you
Nice.
bozo want to do Top Golf, drop me a
So
text and
Auburn
like
Hills,
I'll try
right?
to get you guys set up. Yeah, that's the only one in
Yeah.
Michigan. So it's
Yeah.
over by like Great Lakes Crossing.
Yeah. I've been there a
And
few times in my day.
yeah, yeah. So so yeah, she's doing all right though. But she's back up here. And then yeah, otherwise, it's just like
Dogs, the
going through
dogs are still doing
motions,
good.
man. What's up? The dogs? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they're still
yeah.
good.
So I got my dog Lainey, I got my grand puppy Maeve, and she's actually turned into just a great dog. And then we got some neighbors across the street. Not easy, but some
They
different
were
neighbors.
new recently, like
Yeah.
Christmas party time ish
Yep.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they're like in their 20s, but they're like awesome. And so we hang out all the time and shit. And then but they have a Vizsla, which is like
Oh,
a super athletic dog.
yeah. Yep.
And yeah, so they all run around together and stuff all the time. So it's a lot of fun.
Hi.
But that's the best part of my day is playing with them damn dogs. And
Hey,
then
I feel that.
yeah, yeah, smoking a joint, playing with some dogs. And then
Nothing better.
uh yeah, yeah, but I'm lucky, man. I get to see like every dog. I go into these rich people's houses. Like some people get like some crazy dogs,
Oh, I'm
So
sure of it.
yeah,
Spending too much money on dogs.
yeah, yeah. You're like on your sixth Portuguese water dog, and you're like, can't you get something original?
Right. Yeah. Right. Why you got so many of the same kind of dogs?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah. So work's going good. Like still dealing with all the super wealthy folks and all that stuff. But
Tight.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yep.
Uh, but whatever. Fuck them people. They should probably all be guillotined. But
And you'd have no work.
oh, sorry. I guess this video is not being monetized. I hope you can beep that
Yeah.
out.
I don't know if I can. Shit. Okay, well, good. Sounds like everything's going well on the home front stand. Now to get down to what everybody really cares about. That is the fantasy football and league of hashtag I'm with Bozo. So we are
Best team,
entering.
best league on the planet.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. We are entering week 2. I do like to give this time to everybody this year to talk about the rule changes, and basically if you like them or not. Basically, the ones I just want to touch on is the getting an extra keeper, the extra keeper year, and then not having any defense this year. For those that are following along, we vote on stuff comes up throughout the year. The committee gets together, they present the proposal to the King Bozo, Eric Gordon, on stuff that we could change for next year, stuff we could try out. These were 3 of the biggest topics that got brought up this year that were switched, and I want to get everybody's feelings on them. So, Duncan, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a truly democratic process. I appreciate the committee for the effort put in. And unfortunately, I was not there for the end of year party, so I did not actually get to vote in person. So I didn't get to have my say before the voting happened.
Did you get to
But
fill out a sheet, though, at all?
I did, and I did
Okay.
vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you
and
didn't get to voice your opinion, you just got to send it in.
I just
Yeah,
participated
yeah,
in
okay.
in the American democratic way, where you
Yep.
really don't get a choice. But anyhow, so I really liked the idea of the extra keeper. I like pushed for it, and I thought it would like make the league better and people more invested into the year to year, this is my team kind of stuff. But that draft was really tough.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it made the draft with those extra 12 guys gone. It made slim pickings like really fast. From what I remember, because if anybody who was present at the draft,
I wasn't.
I was so drunk, I don't remember anything. When I looked at my team the next day, I was like, "What did I
What
do to
was I
myself?"
doing? Yeah.
But anyhow, so anyhow, the extra keeper thing, you know, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it just yet. But it did make the draft tougher, I think. Was
I
something I
mean,
hadn't
clearly
considered.
we just had less people to choose from, so it was like
Yeah, yeah,
people get to
yeah.
keep a third stud on their team, whereas that third stud is normally in the queue for someone like me or you to draft instead of
Yeah.
being
And then
stuck on someone's roster.
because it was the first year, you couldn't plan for it,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I know I let people go that I would have kept, and not so much for having the extra keeper, but for having the extra year. Um the extra year for keeping the
Yeah.
player.
That helped me with my strategy this year because I wasn't going to be able to keep Jefferson again. But
Yeah.
lo and
So
behold, we
yeah,
changed the rules and bing.
and boom. Yeah. Which I had let like Kelsey go because I wasn't gonna be able to keep him, like, so yeah, it's just like that kind of stuff. But anyhow, so that has been tough too, but I still think it's a like if our goal is to like make this like our actual teams, then you know
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to handle it.
I
Um,
the
and we all get
defense.
lucky, we all get unlucky, right, Nick?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, whoa.
And yeah, so what was the other rule change too?
The no defense.
Yeah, yeah, and so that's fine. And frankly, no kicker would be great. Um, it's just like,
I feel like though, I mean, look at how many points week 1 is an example. Like, look at how many defenses had an impact on the scoring of their team, the outcome of the game, just all kinds of things, even leading up to the punt return on Monday Night Football. Like, Josh Allen had 4 turnovers. So, like,
yeah,
the Jets,
but at the same
I don't know.
but at the same
It's like
time,
you're
okay,
only getting negative. Like, say you had Josh Allen
right.
on your team and you had the Jets defense and you had to start the both. Like, those 4 turnovers actually turned into a positive for your defense. You're just getting the negative part of it because you had the quarterback. You don't even have a chance to get those points. To me, it's like taking out 2/3 of the game. When Herm Edwards says there's three parts of this game, you're only getting one of them in fantasy in our league now. Which okay,
Yeah.
I'm down to see what it's like, but I mean, we obviously
Yeah.
have super high point values and we try to get super high point totals with having two quarterbacks and all the scoring that we have. Like, why are we taking out literally one of the biggest parts of the game? So like it'll be
Yeah.
something up for discussion at the end of this coming up season.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like my view on that though is that uh it's really random with
True.
exceptions, right? Like the Niners defense this year is probably going to be good all year. Um, but the Dallas
Got him in two of
defense,
my leagues.
right?
Sorry,
But the
Corey.
Dallas defense is probably going to be up and down all year, right? Like
True.
it's just
Yeah.
like, yeah. So it's just it again, it's very random. And then the other problem is like, so I had a terrible week this week. I was like 11 out of 12 in scoring this week. If I would have had Dallas's defense, I probably would have won the game and I probably would have been number 2 or 3 in scoring.
I mean, I watched the guy have Tyreek Hill and Dallas's defense in single and won his matchup with every other single player getting single points.
Exactly. And that's
I mean, that's
for
good though.
a
That's part of the
defense to
game.
be
Though that's
that
part of the game.
to
If they have that big of
for it
an
to
impact on the
be
game that it turns out that way, that they put up that many points, they should get rewarded for that. And we should get rewarded for that for having a good strategy on drafting a defense. Ooh.
Yeah, I respectfully disagree, and I also think the kicker should be eliminated.
That's why we're here. I see.
Yeah,
I feel like I could be better with no kicker than no defense. You can't.
I
get rid
agree.
of both of them.
I wasn't present for the thing how that happened, where we kept the kicker and not the defense. If we would have got rid of the kicker,
I was
and
at the
kept
end of the year party. I was living for
would have
that.
been happier with that. Yeah, because
right.
the kicker is like truly random. So
very.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So going into your offseason with your three keepers, what was your mindset on who you were going to keep? Obviously, you had two of the best quarterbacks in the league last year. They both played against each other in the Super Bowl. So I guess what was the thinking behind your third pick and why your third keeper that you had, and why did you keep who you kept?
Yeah, the quarterback decision wasn't even really like a decision. I didn't really have a choice picking 11th. And then, like they should have been the first two picks in the draft, right?
Yeah.
So
I
was getting them a value no matter what. It didn't exactly work out this week because neither of them really put up a lot of points. But the hope is that they're the best in the game and that they'll be the best two quarterbacks, barring health for
throughout
like
the season,
entirety.
Right.
Like, look at Josh Allen looked fucking terrible against the Jets.
4 turnovers. So, 3 picks and a fucking fumble.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. So
goes back to the preseason. Now, he didn't play that much in the preseason, did he? I think he played like maybe one game or something. Like that just goes to show people are starting to unvalue preseason games and look at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow needed to play in the preseason because he looked like he was in the preseason this week.
Exactly. Yeah. It's they have a warm-up period and all that stuff, and each team's different, and there's like offensive lines that are learning how to work together for the first time in almost every team, So yeah, it's there's a lot that happens in the beginning of the year, and it's really hard not to overreact and just go and drop your 5th round pick who didn't put up any points and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's there's 17 weeks.
Long season, baby. A lot of time.
Yeah.
So in week 1, you played your
I played my nemesis.
Was your or still is to this day your arch nemesis, because you have the team name is still the same, and the team name was made because of Mr. Electric.
Now I can't change it. I can't change it. Yeah.
So going into it, you were a 1.03 favorite in the hashtag I'm with Bozo Sportsbook. For those that don't know what that is, shoot me a DM and we will let you know. And clearly, your first week going with all your top picks, did you have anybody that was maybe like you should have, you thought about playing and didn't, or like were you just like, these are my top guys, Madison, Stevenson, like you didn't think to play Kittle over Dallas Goedert or anything like that?
Yeah, Kittle was coming in with a questionable tag. And I was like, ah, well, that was enough of a reason between the two players. And yeah, obviously it was the wrong choice, even though Kittle didn't have a great game. That Goddard had
Goddard
like
didn't
no
even
game.
catch a ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So that sucked. And obviously I was drunk enough to draft two middling tight ends like that for some reason. I'd never do that ever.
I mean, Kittle used to be a stud. He's still got
He has
potential, you know?
he has the talent, but they use him for blocking and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
they're a run
And
first kind of team for
and
sure.
then like Ayuk just looked like a madman out there. So yeah,
He
he's
did
he's
too.
he's the best receiver on the team, and that's on a team with a lot of good receivers, right? So
Right.
uh
Debo.
but anyhow, that was somebody I should have drafted. I actually drafted him in Cosrin's league, but
Ooh.
tell me here. But yeah. Yeah, I played Tony because of Kelsey being out. I was like, well,
Lions are thanking you.
I knew he didn't practice and
I mean,
stuff,
if he
and so
catches
that
two
was
of those
probably the
balls, the
bad
game's
play.
over.
Well, he had 5 targets, and two of them were like touchdowns.
Oh yeah.
Just it just sucks that he can't catch a ball. But again, he didn't practice.
True.
They gave him the opportunities, and nobody really played that well. So I don't know if I can really blame him. I don't know. We'll see if he's still on my team after waivers happen.
Ooh. Hot soup. All right. Well, looking ahead now, the past is in the past. We're gonna leave that there. Losses, don't need any more of those.
No,
Week
just
2,
knock
you're
at the road.
playing the Muth is Luth. I don't even know if I can say it, which would be Blake Smith, I believe.
Block A, nicest
Good
man in the
old
league.
Balaka. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Nice Guy on the
Uh-huh.
roster.
He is a sweet boy.
Um, he's got a pretty solid team. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he's got Josh Allen. I guess Dotson can be pretty good. Surprisingly, Washington looked pretty solid. I know they played against Arizona,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
looked pretty good.
I think
I mean,
McLaurin might have some time too. So
he's got, he's got some guys, but you are a 9-point favorite on the hashtag I'm with Bozo Sportsbook. What's the thinking going into this matchup?
oh yeah. So I'm hoping for some revamping for the bottom half of my team here through
Need to bring the wires back down to the
system.
ground, right?
I already got some fab bids out there. We'll see what happens.
Hot soup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's got them, right?
Well, yeah,
But
given the
just
J.K. Dobbins thing, the Aaron Rodgers
yeah,
thing, I'm sure Nick will be scrambling for a quarterback. Whoever had J.K. will probably be scrambling for a running back if they already had one. Who knows?
man. Yeah, Nick should shoot me an offer for one of my two big quarterbacks. I mean,
Ooh, make you paying
like
attention.
I'm just saying,
I
like
got 3 good ones. I have Baker Mayfield on my bench with 18 smooth ones for this week.
hold on here.
I
Yep, I
couldn't
got
believe it. I was actually watching that game and I was like,
it.
I really need Baker to do bad because I needed Justin Jefferson in Minnesota to score a bunch of points. And
Yep.
he looked like Baker of old, like back
Yeah,
in
no,
Oklahoma. I was like,
Baker's a madman.
holy
I
moly.
could never have him on my team ever after what was that, like 4 or 5 years ago that I left him on the bench
Oh
and he went
yeah,
for
that
like
was against
40
me. I
points.
think that was against me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's yeah, but it's funny too. I have this customer. It's like they're like a moving company, and they're like but they're like a family, right? Like wife is like in the office with her two like little Yorkies that are like this fucking big, and then uh the husband and the son like run this old moving company thing, and she loves a Baker Mayfield like more than
Oh gosh.
anybody I've ever met
Buy
in
her a
my life.
jersey.
Oh no, like she's got signed pictures.
Oh
She's got
god.
like the ad. What was the thing the ads he was doing?
Is it State
She has
Farm?
like, yeah, or no, it wasn't State Farm, but
I thought
anyway,
it was. Yeah, because he was like living at the stadium and stuff.
yeah, he was living at the
I
stadium. I
think it
didn't
was
think it was
State
State
Farm.
Farm,
I think it was.
but yeah, she's got like a big poster from that and like all
That's
this stuff.
tight.
Like she's hilarious, but never met a Baker Mayfield fan before, but
Yeah, or a bigger one. Shoot.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know how much you're gonna be able to get for Baker, but I
Oh,
don't
I
know.
mean,
He's
I
got
might just keep him. Richardson might be hurt. I might have to play him.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that was one of the reasons I left you off the list for later. So it was your quarterbacks weren't looking too beautiful.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I
Sorry, I saw
mean,
that twitch there. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
oh no, you're good. I mean, if
I
people
put
think I
you
want to
on
be in
every
the
other
bottom of
year.
the list, I mean, that is what it
You're
is.
not.
I mean, everybody's got their own opinions.
I think
Clearly, actually,
people.
I meant to bring that up. You got put on the bottom feeder list last week by the Bozo Boy.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
that's part of the reason why he wanted you to come on here was to kind of give him some slack.
And I didn't even
Let you
get a
give you a
chance
chance
to
to
watch
rebuttal.
that shit. You
Yeah.
guys got to
Well,
post it to the text stream so I know it's there.
so here's a little insider scoop for the group text. When you see me give you the Turtle Man emoji, because Turtle Man's live action, that means it's out there.
Oh, okay, cool. Got it. Got it.
So moving right along, what's it going to take for Downwire to get to the playoffs? Just smooth rolling.
Yeah, no, there's going to be no smooth rolling, but I never smooth roll. You know, my team's always in constant turmoil. I drop guys I shouldn't drop, pick up guys I shouldn't pick up all year long, trade away good guys for bad guys, all that fun stuff. So
I know how that
I'm going
goes.
to do all that and more as much as I can.
I mean,
So
it's been
don't.
working. You've been in the top of the league the whole year, ever since you've been in it. Like
Yeah,
you've been
my
up
team
there,
is
but
my
your
team's
team
so bad right
shuts
now
down in
that
the
if I'm
playoffs.
able to make the playoffs, that's going to say a lot more about the other people in the league than it's going to say about me.
Definitely. Speaking of playoffs, let's jump right into Downwire's top 6 predictions for the end of the
All
season,
right,
which will
so
be the playoffs.
I think everybody's going to be a little surprised by the list I came up with here.
Ooh,
But so these aren't in like a particular order because it's a
they
little
never
too
are.
early.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, like if it maybe week 6, I would like be like, oh, this is the order it's going to be, but not now. All right. So anyway, in no particular order, I have the 6 best teams as C Raj. Do you want me to go over why or just list them off?
Yeah. Keep it to like one sentence, maybe
Oh
one or
yeah.
two.
But I'd have to look at each one. So whatever. So it'll be C
Yeah, we can
Raj,
skip that.
Corey, Rydog, Ely, Igor, fucking Bozo, and Mike are my top 6 teams.
A lot of Mike Emlove so far. I like it. I
Yep.
like it. All right, now give me the 3 catfish bottom feeders.
The bottom feeders are Nick, me,
Oh, calling yourself as a bad squad. Look at that. So Igor might have
and
been honest. You might be onto something.
Kevin.
Okay. Cheesy.
Yep.
All right.
Those are the bottom feeders. But like I said, I'm just looking at the teams at the moment. If
Currently,
everything
yep.
are like paused and
And the playoffs started tomorrow. That's what I want this to be. It's like if everybody, when you give me the 6, it's like if it were to start right now, who do you think is the best 6 teams in the league? I guess.
yeah, not like who do I think the best managers
Are
are, and
right.
that's
Yeah.
yeah,
It's basically
no,
based on the teams that we're looking at currently.
this is it. Yep. So
But
yeah, so I try to be honest because my team sucks. And we all know the problems with Nick's team. And then yeah, Kevin's team,
I mean, he
you
beat
know,
me this week. Tyreek Hill got 45 points or something,
I
whatever.
know.
You know, his team didn't look that bad, but
Oh, I
every
know.
blind
It
squirrel
was
finds a nut every now and then, right?
yeah, this wasn't based on the performances per se of last week. It's just what I feel like the strength of the team moving
Yeah,
forward is going to be.
definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. All right. That brings us to everybody's favorite segment of the show. For those of you that are following along and don't know, we are in Michigan where we are allowed to gamble on sports. We have been for the last couple of years. So we have integrated the hashtag I'm with Bozo lock of the week. Check hashtag I'm with Bozo Sportsbook for all of your betting odds and whatever you need. Which, if you haven't caught on to yet, that's not actually a real thing. We kind of just use whatever's out there. You guys choose your own. We just kind of do our own thing with it. Circling back to last week's pick, Igor picked the Vikings -6 against Tampa Bay, and he gets a fat because Tampa Bay won the game outright. Minnesota did not cover, so we are off to a bad start over here at the hashtag I'm with Bozo Lock of the Week. Duncan, what you got for us?
All right. Well, it's early in the season, and a lot of people make a lot of assumptions about a lot of things.
Oh, yes.
But this is a little out there, and there's a caveat involved because right now 92% of the money is on the other team. And so I
you're
think the
taking a dog.
line. What's that?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So I think the line is going to change as a result of how much money is on this other one. And I think the line is going to change by a full point. So I'm guessing it's going to be an 8.5 point
What's it at? You got
spread.
to take it at right now. You got to take
But
it
I'm
what
gonna
you're looking at it right
take
now.
it right now. It's hot. It's fucking hot.
Hot
Like
lock.
it's a lock.
He's got to get his mind right real quick before he's keeping us on edge here.
Rams 7.5 over the 49ers.
So the Rams are plus 7.5. No, they're minus 7.5.
Right.
Minus 7.5 versus San Fran. Ooh, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hop on board, get down to the sports book. You know where it's at.
Big money on that one.
Big money, big money. No whammies, no whammies. That's what's up. That is what's up. Okay. We have gotten to the part where it is time for you to pick next week's guest to get him in the hot seat.
All right. Well, I kind of want to see a little bit about what happened at the draft with somebody threw a bottle of Fireball at me and knocked me over. So I'm asked my man Block A to come on the show next.
Meaning to explain why he threw it, or
I just heard rumors because even though I was apparently the one hit and knocked out, I don't remember anything. So I want to just kind of hear from somebody who like witnessed it and apparently threw it.
The nicest guy in the league. Makes sense.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, he's the nice guy in the league who apparently nearly killed me with a shooter of Fireball. So
it was him. Ooh.
This is
I
just
guess you don't know. That's what we're trying to find out.
Apparently, I'm a witness, but no. Ever since I got on the Xanax, man, you like stop recording after 3 beers.
Yeah.
Time travel.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Marty McFly, motherfuckers.
Hey, I love to hear it. All right, Duncan, as always, I appreciate your time coming on here, spitting some knowledge for all of us younger guys that don't know as much about fantasy football as you do. You're always the top dog in the league, so it's sad for me to hear you pick yourself being the bottom, because I do still think you have one of the stronger teams, but you're also a realist. I look forward to having you either back on towards the end of the season for the playoff matchup, or you dropped a little bit about you maybe doing one just for like a podcast for fantasy football just in general. So obviously I would love to hop on there and be a guest and spread some knowledge about my takes on fantasy football and what I'm doing with my teams and what I think of everything that I'm involved in. And I think that would be a good time.
100%.
Until we talk again next time, brother, we'll see you soon.
All right, my man. All right.